Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Tuesday Morning Shenanigans inside Maui Comics and Collectibles. As usual, I am Aaron of the Rave Corner, and to my right we got special guest Nick Hopkins.
Yeah.
And to Nick's right we have Swan the War Chief.
Hey there everybody.
It's weird.
Usually
you're here.
Well, today we just decided to change it up a little bit. It's been a while since we had guests on the show.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. So let's make them feel at home.
Yes. Yes. So today we're going to take a moment to discuss about our favorite movies with Gene Wilder in it, which we call, well, I guess we'll be talking about our top three. We got to. Eventually.
Now, for those who don't know who Gene Wilder is, he's an actor. So, just to clear the air, but he's done some really good movies that we're going to be covering.
Yes.
So, Aaron, you want to start off the list with us, or shall we have Nick?
Well, yeah, Nick, how about you begin?
My three favorite Gene Wilder movies are pretty much the three probably most well-known ones.
Yes.
Willy Wonka,
Mm-hmm.
Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
I feel like those are his three most well-known, and they're my three favorite.
I think we're kind of on the same boat. If we're
All of us are on the same boat on this.
If it is the same order from favorite,
Nick's
from
taken
1 to 3.
all of our lists and mashed them into one.
Mm.
Well, that was bound to happen.
However,
anyways.
our orders may be different because
Yeah.
at the top of my list is Young Frankenstein. Second is Willy Wonka.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like Willy Wonka and all, but I like Young Frankenstein.
Well, what's your list like?
Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Willy Wonka.
Oh, Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles, Willy Wonka.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's just talk about Young Frankenstein first. So basically, it is Mel Brooks's parody of the famous
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, yes.
It's
But-
pronounced Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to get there. I was gonna monologue it. It's pronounced Frankenstein. But yeah, that's his most favorite, famous line out of the movie. But yeah, so Gene Wilder, he's of course Frankenstein at the time. Oh, I'm sorry, Frankenstein.
Just say Frankenstein. No one cares. No one cares, man.
And of course, we have the monster being played by I always refer to him as the guy who played Ray Romano's dad.
Yeah,
Can't you say that guy from Scooby-Doo in that case?
No, I cannot. He's the guy who played Ray Romano's dad.
But I like him in a happier role, like that guy from Scooby-Doo. He seemed super happy when he had to.
No,
I'd
I'd say his happier role was playing Frankenstein's monster, probably.
Most likely, yeah.
I mean, yeah, because he did have some really cool moments, like the thing where, the guy lights it. He's blind, so he lights his thumb on fire. And then you realize what the heck is going on. Oh, and then my favorite
That was my favorite part, actually.
Yeah, and then you got the police officer. They did the whole gag about his artificial arm, so every time he cranks it up, you hear the cranking sound. Yeah. What are your favorite moments of that movie?
I really love the rendition of Putting It on the Ritz when he was trying to show to the people like the monster is good, and so there's he's like, where do you go to when you don't know where to go? And he just can't sing it. He's just an idiot. So.
Yeah. Or that time he's with that woman and all of a sudden she starts like echoing, "Oh, long I found you." Something like that. Swan, anything? We took it out of your mouth.
Yeah, you guys took all of it. Well, let's move on to Willy Wonka then. Obviously, we all know the story of Willy Wonka, and just like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory can just suck it because that was nothing on Gene Wilder. He could pose Willy Wonka to be super creepy, but yet friendly. When you look at Johnny Depp, it looks like he's trying a little too hard on Willy Wonka's role. If you can see, because he's trying to get the creep side of it, but
now on a side note, that's my problem with Johnny Depp. He's a great actor, but sometimes he just tries way too hard to be unusual.
Yes,
and
I will
creepy.
agree with that. But you look at things like my favorite scene from Willy Wonka is when he pushes the fat kid into the river of chocolate. Because no one can say they did not see that. He kicked the kid from behind.
Yeah,
he kicked it. So he wanted that kid to be boiled into chocolate.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? He's a murderer. Yeah. He just murdered.
You say murderer, some people would say doing society a service.
Yeah.
I would say both. 'Cause if it was kids nowadays, they're the devil, so I think so, yes.
So we're like, oh, we can't have this society having morbidly
obesity?
People.
Not in my house.
Yeah.
Not in my Hawaii.
But the thing I loved about Willy Wonka versus Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was the Oompa Loompas. Every one of them looked different opposed to Charlie because they're all looking the same.
It was the same guy, just CG'd and duplicated in about
well, exactly. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If you guys thought that was 1,000 of the same person, you guys are morons. But that was all special effects. But you look at it, they took what they had and they made a set that was amazing. Yeah. They made the Oompa Loompas.
Do you know how hard it is to find 10 on short notice?
Yes.
He means
little people. My
yes,
bad.
Little people.
My bad.
No, but I'm looking like you look at the set. What looked more believable, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka?
I would have to say Willy Wonka because it's more practical.
Exactly. Like you looked at those kids and it looked like a real candy room. Like when you look at Charlie, it looks like the GMO factory of Monsanto.
Oh, wow.
Candy division. Ooh. You can quote me on that too. I don't care.
I'll put that on your grave.
Please do. Sorry, I'm going to be the very bold one to say it. My favorite scene out of all of it was the river ride when they're going down the river, and he just gets like this real dark and creepy way.
That's the only creepy factor out of that.
Yeah. Then afterwards, he's just like, "Oh, I'm okay. I'm back to normal."
No, what's funny is that everyone was grossed out by all of the imagery, and to be honest with you,
I clapped and said, "Yeah."
Well, like I had no problem seeing the Jackson chameleon eating a bug because I thought it was cool. Reptiles are cool to me.
No, yeah, but then you look at it like that's us as boys. I think that was supposed to creep out the girls more likely back then.
There was one thing though that actually made me think, "Whoa!" And that's the part where they show a chicken's head being chopped off.
That was
with the
weird.
hatchet. Woo!
But you look at the riverboat rides, and I like comparing the both because then all you see is a bunch of silliness, like a cow getting whipped, so it's whipped cream, haha. Yeah. But the riverboat ride is nothing but just looks like something at an amusement park.
Speaking about the riverboat ride, I have to go back to what we just talked about before. That kid seemed like he was really drinking chocolate water, or
maybe it could be like an epic movie. That's actually the sewage line.
Oh no! Don't get me started with that.
I mean, I hate to bring in that movie, but I'm kicking it out.
That guy did a good parody of Johnny Depp as.
And he was the guy from Charlie's Angels, too.
Oh, yeah, he was the same guy.
But, you know, Willy Wonka would always be one of them. That was my first Gene Wilder movie. It has to be on the list. Like Nick said, it's one of his most well-known parts. Mm-hmm. Also, you just look at those kids, I'm like, I hope something bad happens to them.
Yeah.
I hope something bad happens.
Yeah, talk about fan service.
Like, I'd like to send more kids to that factory. Like, talk about an attitude adjustment, though.
Oh, yeah.
But what it lacked from what Charlie did was it showed them after as lame. It was unnecessary to show them after, but I liked to... It was all practical effects, like you said earlier. I liked how he took them throughout everything. But also it says Charlie admitted to giving back and whatnot, and how he admitted his wrongs, and that showed the real message. Like, that one, he was like a normal kid. But you look at Charlie and Chocolate Factory, he's Jesus. Like, the kid's just a saint. Like, he always wants to do the right thing. But you look at that kid, that Charlie, he wants to do the selfish things. He wants to, but he chose honesty in the end anyway. And it got him the grand prize.
Oh, now you are starting to make me think of a subtle message that the movie might sneak into, or maybe I'm just being a conspiracy theorist.
But that's what makes the movie a timeless classic. Makes you think, and you have to go back to it.
It's showing that honesty makes you poor.
Wow, I wasn't going there. You went there, but okay. But see, look, that's ambiguous, right?
It's very ambiguous because however, he was like a really good-natured, selfless kid, but yet he has 4 grandparents and a mom who are stricken with poverty. Mm-hmm. Whereas the other kids who got in, they are more financially stable, but they are all bratty.
Well, one of them is just like, I want it now, and then the dad just bought a whole factory to unwrap chocolate and throw the chocolate away.
Of course.
Now, that's the part that I want to know. Did he donate the chocolate to homeless, or did he just throw it out? Because either way, it's wasting.
He ate it.
Yes, that's diabetes for days, man.
He ate it all in one go.
Oh, man. Clear. But but for me though, it's the ambiguity that makes me love the movie, because I think about it, but I don't know, so I have to go back to watch it. It's like watching the original Lorax because of how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
You watch it again; it's a timeless classic. That's why I like Willy Wonka better than Charlie, because Charlie and the Chocolate Factory has a bunch of stuff that's easily forgettable, but it's the stupid stuff that I remember. So it's not something I'll go back to watch, like Willy Wonka. That's my scene. But on to Nick's Blazing Saddles.
Tons of great moments.
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles, my favorite.
Another Mel Brooks movie, and this one was a really good classic because it's very original. It takes place in the Western. It predates back to the Western days, but at the same time, I didn't realize this when I watched it. I'd say it's been a couple months ago. When I rewatched it, I realized, wow, he snuck in a little bit of that stereotypical joke, but as a satirical purposes. But it wasn't necessarily, being like a quick jab to it. It was more like making...
This was actually the movie, when I watched it when I was like 7. This is the movie that taught me about racism.
I'm going to agree with Nick, because that movie got to a point where my mom's like, that's a time for when you turn 10.
Yeah.
You're 6 now, but when you turn 10, you can watch this movie.
So basically,
when you're 14, you'll understand this movie.
So basically, a African American escapes from the railroad but then he gets assigned as a sheriff in this small town, but he was set up to fail. Yeah. But it backfired because he actually won the town over. And all it took was taking care of Mongo just to be on the town's good graces. And of course, Gene Wilder's there. He's he gets recruited to be the main deputy, or should I say, the only deputy. But of course, he has that famous scene where basically he says that he used to be a good shooter, but he's not anymore. And then he shows this hand. He says, "Well, there's nothing wrong with it." He's like, "Oh, but I shoot with this hand." Yep. That was a good one.
That guy's a dick.
Yeah.
What? Is that guy Nick? What?
Exactly. But then, oh man, there are so many great lines. Like, who's Mongo? Oh no, it's not like, who's Mongo? More like, what is Mongo?
Oh man, that movie.
Well... And then, the scene when he gets into town, and then he's like, I'm the new sheriff or whatever. And then, all the people pull their guns on him. Yeah. He's just looking around, he puts the gun to his own head. He's just like, back off!
yeah. And people are like, he's gonna do it? And he's using that angry, hostile tone, too.
And he's just like, back off! And then everyone's drops their guns.
Whoa!
Yeah, that was why. I was 7, and I'm like, what is that word?
Yeah. Yeah, whole lot of the satirical jokes that were deemed very bit on that whoa type of moments. But when I look back at it, I think Mel Brooks was throwing it in for satire. At least that's what it seemed like. Because the Western movies back in that time, they got away with doing those sort of practices on a daily basis, going as far as taking Caucasian actors, giving them an orange tan, and suddenly they're Native American, that sort of thing. And that's exactly what Mel Brooks did when he played the chief of a village. But at the same time, I don't what's very interesting about him is that we have. It's like a Jewish person who's already at the blunt end of stereotypical jokes, and then he's reprising a role of another culture that's also at the blunt end of stereotypical incidences. Yeah. So
what I just realized also about our lists? You could also probably go ahead and put it as a Mel Brooks list. What's your favorite Mel Brooks movie? It would be the same exact list for me.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, there were other movies that Gene Wilder was not in that are considered classics as well.
I know. Another runner-up...
We're probably going to do a Mel Brooks list in another episode.
Oh, yeah. Another runner-up movie is, what is it, Hear No Evil, See No Evil, with Richard Pryor.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
My goodness, don't even start. I love Richard Pryor in that movie.
Richard Pryor, yes. His movies are also gold, and... shoot, that's going to be another...
Didn't Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor do a movie together?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course
that
they
was,
did.
No, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that Hear No Evil, See No Evil?
Wasn't there another one? There was like a couple.
They've done a couple before.
Yeah, because the one I know better, and that's why I'm like trying to think of another one. I know they did that, but there was also one called Silver Streak, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one where that's the first time I seen them both together. Before See No Evil, Hear No Evil, but that's another good movie.
And
if
then
you haven't watched it, check it out.
Wasn't Gene Wilder also in The Producers? Or was that just Mel Brooks directing it?
No, well, Mel Brooks directed The Producers, but Gene Wilder... Are you talking about the modern one?
Yeah.
No, that was Matthew Broderick and Nathan Lane.
Okay.
And then you had Will Ferrell playing the role of the Nazi German soldier who escaped who moved into USA from the war times, but then he wrote the script that's called Springtime for Hitler in Germany.
Oh yeah.
What is it called? Springtime for Hitler in Germany or something like that.
Yeah, something.
It was his love letter to Adolf Hitler himself.
Right.
But then they picked it up and turned it into a Broadway play because they wanted it to bomb, and then they could take those figures and list it as an unsuccessful movie, and then it's like a tax evasion sort of scheme. Okay, so let's move on to the random question of the day. Swan, do you have anything?
Worst Matthew Broderick movie.
Worst Matthew Broderick movie.
I already got mine. Inspector Gadget.
Oh, I would say Godzilla.
I know, because
1998.
Well, is it that one big line? That's a lot of fish. Is that what really did it for you? For me, it's because Inspector Gadget was nothing like the TV
actually,
show.
The movie already lost me at the time they introduced the monster itself.
Yeah. Well, it's not even Godzilla, right? It's called Zilla in the.
Well, yeah.
Some.
Actually, no. The backstory is.
Oh no, I'm talking about as a Godzilla fan. Don't you just address it as Zilla?
No. So here's a funny story. I'm gonna give you folks a sneak peek into the fan base that expressed their distaste into the movie. So among the fans, we created this term that applied to the 98 TriStar version of Godzilla. We called it GINO, G-I-N-O, which is an acronym for Godzilla in name only.
Okay.
It was only
so it's just a namesake movie, you're saying?
It was a namesake movie.
Okay, that's a fair thing to say.
It was only given the name of Godzilla, but it did not keep true to the spirit of Godzilla at all.
That's how I felt with Inspector Gadget, because you have Matthew Broderick, the real robot. And, him, when he died in Inspector Gadget, it's like him when he's alive. So it's like really emotionless.
Wait, are we talking about the fake Inspector Gadget? Because
yes.
He does a lot of that tick and that.
But yeah, no, the thing is, that really upset me because I was a fan of the show. Like, the one thing that pissed me off through the day is they just revealed Claw's face in that movie.
Oh yeah,
you never saw his face.
It was an unwritten rule. Yeah,
it seemed like he just ignored majority of the show. It's like, yeah, the show's silly. Let's make it our own.
Well, who directed it?
I have no clue, and I'm glad I don't know. I'll be ashamed to say I know who directed Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget 2 was better.
So you're basically saying that any
a
movie,
namesake.
No, any movie that has Matthew Broderick starring in any sort of franchise or like a
not really, he was good
genre that was already established.
I liked him Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's about it.
Yeah, but was there any sort of incarnation of Ferris Bueller's Day Off preceding that movie?
I'm not sure. Was there?
As far as I could tell, no.
Yeah.
So that was an original movie. I'm talking about when Matthew Broderick stars
doing stuff.
Stars in a franchise that has been already established.
Oh, yeah.
So in this case,
like
Inspector
Gadget,
and Godzilla. So any sort of franchise that gets turned into a movie and it stars Matthew Broderick in it, it's like poison.
Well, yeah. Well, I also wanted the car to have Chris Tucker's voiceover.
What?
I don't know why. I watched Rush Hour, then I watched Inspector Gadget. I was like, this Chris Tucker guy. Actually,
man, what's up, man?
He sounds a lot better than that car does. I mean, like, the car was smarter than Inspector Gadget. I mean, really, bowling team and his
Well, they already had me lost when the car was already talking.
Yeah. Come on. No, he had me lost and he made a monkey voice when he was looking at her ass, too. It's like, And then, why is there toothpaste coming out when he says oil slick? And who puts that much toothpaste in a person? These guys that are paying top taxpayer dollar for making a so-called android man, whatever, really screwed it up because they put nothing but
To make his life easier, they figured, instead of having him...
I will need a balloon, I'll need bubbles, I won't need a gun or anything,
Instead of having him dispense his own toothpaste out of a tube, why don't we just have him dispense it out of his index finger? But at the same time, who's going to refill it after he runs out?
Exactly, like, there's a lot of this stuff. I mean, like, is there a lifelong supply of Pez in his hand, too? Like, what's going on here?
Hey,
what about you, Nick?
that's better practicality-wise.
Because I know Nick probably has the worst one.
What's the one movie where he was with Adam Sandler?
Oh, you mean Tower Heist?
Tower Heist.
Yeah.
Wait.
When he was
Adam
living in
Sandler
the hotel.
was in this? No.
Or no,
Adam
Ben
Sandler.
Stiller.
It
Ben
was Ben
Stiller.
Stiller.
I don't know
Sorry.
why I said Adam Sandler.
I just know what you're talking
Ben
about.
Stiller.
Well, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah. Like, it was a trifecta of people who have good movies.
And they just...
And
that
that
was a
are
terrible
just
movie.
terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Actually, I take that back because saying that implies Ben Stiller has good movies.
No, well,
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. Mystery Men?
Yeah, Mystery Men is a good one.
I mean...
I don't know. I guess for every one good movie, he has like 5 that are exactly the same.
True. I'll say that. I'll agree with you. You didn't like him in Dodgeball or even Heavyweights? Come on, man. You gotta like Heavyweights.
You didn't like Dodgeball?
Dodgeball was fine. But like the thing is, like with Ben Stiller, you also got Vince Vaughn, who I don't like. So
Okay.
They
Vince
do come
Vaughn
as
is... I never liked him since Lost World Jurassic Park.
Vince Vaughn did pretty good in Dodgeball.
He did
As
good, but
Peter
then
LaFleur.
I liked him better in The Internship with
Really?
Owen Wilson. He was a lot better in there.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to it because I thought...
it's really. I'm sorry to derail you, but I just realized Ben Stiller is in a lot of movies with Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson is in a lot of movies with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn has been in like 2 movies with Ben Stiller. It's a conspiracy, Illuminati.
Yep. We're gonna have a next episode. We'll have a calendar behind it to
Just
show
like
the
a bunch of points. Like it all makes sense.
Our eyes will be twitchy. And
No,
our
if I had
face
to
will be
cast
like this.
Nick in a movie for DC, I would say The Question is his perfect role.
Mm-hmm.
Because he'll be the guy like connecting the Illuminati to Lex Luthor, like nothing.
Actually, your costume wouldn't even be all that sophisticated. I'll
Owen
see
Wilson was in just what is it? The
Anaconda.
movie? Anaconda.
No, like you should.
He was
be,
in a movie. Wait, Owen Wilson was in a movie with Eddie Murphy too.
Eddie Murphy. Oh my god.
I Spy. Holy
I
crap!
Spy. Wait a minute. Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan. That Western movie that I can't remember the name with Owen Wilson. It all makes sense.
Shanghai Noon.
Shanghai Noon.
And Shanghai Nights.
Alright, so let's just wrap it up right now. A big shout out to Maui Comics and Collectibles. Follow the store on Facebook and Instagram at Maui Comics. And if you did love this episode...
Oh, speaking of which, at Maui Comics Collectibles, they're holding the first ever Maui Comic
You could have waited until it was your plug time.
No, but it's a
It's
part
my
of it.
time. Sorry. It's
my
All right, now we're
go,
done
go
with
on
the
ahead.
show, No, keep going. Keep going.
You just screwed up the flow, man.
No, keep going.
Okay, so... If you
Keep
did
it
love
going.
this episode of Tuesday Morning Shenanigans, and would love to
Also,
see
check
more...
out the Rave Corner. Spoiler alert.
Yes, if you did love this episode and would love to see more into the future, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Also, if you got a random question of your own that you would love to see us answer in the next episode, leave it in the comment section and we will get to it. Swan, so please do talk about this.
Oh no, I want to wait for you to keep talking so I can interrupt.
For favorite reviews and more, check out the
Rave Corner, yeah.
Yes, my favorite.
And
that blogspot.com.
Wolfhouse 808 for Friday Night Frights episodes on Akaku and radio. So that's KAKU 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui. Also, keep aware that we are having our first annual Maui Comic Con held by Maui Comics and Collectibles November 5th and 6th at the Lahaina County Mall. Thank you very, very much, Aaron.
No
now,
problem.
Over to you, Nick.
No problem, Swan. We're going to send it over to Nick.
I'll just double plug the Rave Corner because I check it out every once in a while.
Oh,
I'll be honest. I don't check it every day, but every now and again I check it out and I see some really cool stuff there. He does some really cool things. I saw recently you put up like this Godzilla. I think it was called Godzilla.
Yeah. Shin Gojira by Bram Presto.
And it was really cool looking, and I was like, wow. I kind of want to buy that now.
I'll be honest with you. Like, I did mention it. It was the last update I did on social media, but I due to a lot of stuff that has been happening, commitment to the show and other sort of things that are out of control, it took me over a month. I'd say nearly 2 months just to finally post it. So I apologize for the delay.
But no, it's totally awesome.
Awesome. And do check out the Rave Corner podcast. It stars myself and Wimplo86, also known as Daniel, where we talk about anime and other cool stuff. So please do check that out.
Anime cool?
Anime and other cool stuff.
Okay.
I was about to say, if there's one called Anime Cool, I gotta watch that.
Yes, and I'll make up the script for it.
It's gonna be called Anime Cool with a bunch of geeky people.
Yeah. Alright, so until then, thank you for checking us out. Oh, we will take a break for 2 weeks, but we will be back and still doing the same shenanigans that we've done before. So until then, thank you for checking out the video, and we will see you in 2 weeks.